Good morning everyone. Today is Monday the 11th of March. It's now 9:12 in the morning and this is my last morning here in the USA. My last morning in the Big Apple, that is New York City. I've had an absolute wonderful week this week. To live the American dream for the last week or so, I've honestly absolutely enjoyed it. I've seen all the sights that I could only ever have dreamed of seeing. I've only been able to watch them on telly, in the movies, just see them on pictures and canvases and that. And this week, I have lived the life of the New Yorker. I've gone to all sorts of attractions, dined in very different places, had all sorts of American food, but now, today is when I go home. But it's not over yet. I don't fly from John F. Kennedy Airport until 10 to 8 tonight, so I've still got half a day actually to do. So I'm going to drop my cases at the hotel concierge. I'm going to go down, have a look at the 9/11 memorial this morning, and also I want to look at the Ghostbusters station location where they filmed that. And then I will come back, get my cases, and then set off from Times Square. I'll actually go to Grand Central Station this time, and maybe set off about between 3:30 and 4 o'clock. That'll take us to Jamaica, we'll hit the Long Island Railroad, and then it'll be onto the air train to JFK Airport. And I'll go from Terminal 8 tonight. I just hope I have no trouble getting home, because, as you know, me coming home from holidays, it's always far from easy. Because there's always some big delay. I always have some sort of a problem getting home. And this is going to be even a flight like no other, because I'm flying overnight and I'm going to have really bad jet lag. I'm going to have to try and sleep on the plane. Because obviously when I get back to Heathrow, I've then got to be there a couple of hours, so get through like UK customs and that, and then Heathrow back up to Newcastle. I won't actually get back to Newcastle until 11:05 tomorrow morning, I should say, the day after filming this. And then how I get home from Newcastle, well, a few options. If I'm still alright, I'll do like the metro and then maybe the train or the bus or a taxi from there. But in the meantime, time for me to check out. There's the view I've been having in my hotel this week. It's been alright, actually. Times Square is literally very close by. I'm just right round the corner from it, actually. And it is quite windy out there in NYC. It was very windy yesterday. Right, out I go. So out into the windy city, New York, I go. About $3 each to drop both cases off at concierge. I'm going to grab a coffee and a little something to eat. Then I'll head down to the One World Trade Center. It's the last time of the day I'll see all these yellow taxis. I'll be swapping them for well, I might see some black cabs of London, but I'll be swapping them for the British white taxis. So this is the last time I'll be walking through Times Square on a morning. I've absolutely enjoyed walking through this place every day for the last week or so. Remember when I came here on Monday last week? I was absolute gobsmacked by just how massive this place is in real life. Honestly, it's just absolute. It's an amazing city, this. So today's my last day riding the subway. It is bitterly cold out here, and where I am now is where you'll get more chills. So this here is the new One World Trade Center. But of course here, this is it. This is where it happened on September the 11th, 2001. And this here was the site of one of the twin towers of the World Trade Center. Both of them came crashing down on the day after the attacks happened. And here we have the names of all those that were lost on that absolute day. I remember that day. I was only in year 5 in primary school at the time, and seeing it on the telly, and that was one of the it was the deadliest terrorist attack ever in the United States at the time. So obviously I've come down here to pay my respect in a moment to those that were lost. But we have to move on and find a happy friends. That's the 9/11 memorial. Go and have a look at that in there. And that is actually a shopping centre. It's actually a Westfield shopping centre. It's not often I'm getting those. Normally Westfield's shopping centres you find in London. It's where you can catch the subway, but also that's where you can catch the PATH trains, the Port Authority Trans-Hudson trains to New Jersey and Newark. But you catch them to Jersey City and Newark Penn. When you look at the new One World Trade Center, it does look absolutely impressive indeed. So I take this to the point at the very top. One thing I can say is, just how do they make big buildings like this in the USA? There's many cities across the country that have impressive buildings like that. Well, obviously, a lot of dollars float around in the United States of America. Many more cities like this, and they do build them absolute impressive. One thing I can say is that 9/11 changed everything. How people go about their lives, it completely changed them forever. How we travel on the planes, it's completely changed all that now. Because of course nowadays you've got huge amounts of security procedures that are in place at airports to prevent anything like that horrible day from happening again. Right, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to get the path to Newark Penn in New Jersey. And I have to be careful on here.
Last stop on this train. This train is out of service. No passengers.
Right, now we're at Newark Penn, New Jersey, served by Amtrak, New Jersey Transit and the PATH system. So I had a ride on the PATH. I only got a couple of bits because I dare not take the risk on that system. But anyway, want to know, this is good for fanning, as they say, so I'm going to try about half an hour. Hopefully I don't get challenged. Express runs between Boston, New York and Washington DC. And for me, this is also my very first proper American train spotting session as well. Amtrak Northeast regional trains can be driven blunt end first, as well as locomotive hauled. That's the PATH train going back to the World Trade Center. As I said, that system is not very photography friendly. They are super strict on it, stricter than the Tyne Metro, I should say. Double-decker New Jersey Transit trains. I'm going to get one of the single-decker ones back to New York Penn. So just to add a bit of a variety to it. So Newark Penn has about 5 tracks and some upper platforms. The elevated section is for the PATH train. These middle ones is where you get Amtrak as well as New Jersey Transit. And what I've noticed, and in this station on the other side only, they were playing music when announcements have not been made. I'm glad that doesn't happen in the UK, because otherwise it would cause a lot of copyright issues on the videos. The Cellar Express went past.
Next and final station stop is New York City Penn Station.
Right, back in New York City. It is now 1:30, just outside of Penn Station, 34th Street. The Empire State Building is just up there. I'm on 7th Avenue, which is also known as the Fashion Avenue. I'm going to grab a slice of pizza and then go down to the Ghostbusters headquarters. So I've had a ride on the pass system. Apart from the strict photo policy, I have to say it's not a bad system actually. It's quite clean. A lot of the trains here are made out of stainless steel, so there's a lot of steel on these trains compared to the UK. And then I've just had a ride on the New Jersey Transit back to here. More friendlier photography there. I had no problems at Newark Penn Station doing a little bit of spotting there, so it's done. Now I'm just going to be here in Manhattan until I go up to JFK Airport this afternoon. So for a little bit of grub, I've just gotten 2 slices of 99-cent pizza. So 99 cents for each one and a bottle of water. Just a little cheap meal for me dinner. Right, did you know if there's something strange in your neighbourhood, who you'd look call Ghostbusters? And here it is. This is one of the locations where they filmed Ghostbusters in the 80s. I can actually hear the in my head now. I can hear the sirens of the famous vehicle that was used during the movie. 8 Hook and Ladder 8. So just standing off Franklin Avenue on the 1 line. A lot of New York has been featured in many films. The likes of Die Hard and King Kong and Ghostbusters, Home Alone, of course. Even this week, well, say over the last week or so, that could have been like Kevin McAllister, Home Alone. Just looking at this right now, I can imagine Bill Murray walking out of those doors right now. And all his co-workers armed with those guns. When you do come to somewhere like New York City, you'll feel as though that you are like in the movies, like you've seen it in the movies. Filming locations from many, many famous films like Ghostbusters, of course I said Die Hard, Home Alone, King Kong, they've all been deprecated here, even a lot of them set here as well. The Christmas one, Jingle All the Way as well. There's been many, many films that have been done here in New York City. It's like when in this city, you're like walking around a massive set. I've seen like the yellow taxis, the hot dog stands, the subway, the steam rising from the manholes, all those neon lights and everything. It's just like what you've seen in the movies. And this week, over the last week or so, I've lived the dream. When I'm done here, I'm going to go back to the hotel and I might just chill out in the lobby area just till I go to Grand Central Terminal. It's been brilliant. I've been like one of these like neighbourhoods around Manhattan. Manhattan's full of all sorts. Meantime, I'm going to catch my last subway ride here on my holidays in the States, in New York City. Take us back to Times Square, go back to the hotel where I was staying in. Subway ride of this holiday. Times Square next stop is 59th Street. AirTrain rides. The last time walking up 7th Avenue, that's 7th Avenue in New York, not in Chestnut Street I should say, walked back up to Times Square. This will be the last time I walk through all of Times Square actually today, because once I come back out I'm going to be walking across it over 6th and 5th Avenue and Madison Avenue before I get to Grand Central. I've loved seeing this, the flag of the USA on a massive card like this, and tomorrow when I land at Heathrow I'll be swapping the stars and stripes for the Union Jack. Hey, it's just, Times Square is just absolute an amazing place. It's a bit windy but the sun's out at least. Shame I had 2 days of wet weather. Grand Central Terminal at Road, catch the Long Island Railroad to Jamaica, and then AirTrain to JFK. So this is where I say goodbye to Times Square. So it's goodbye to all this. Now I need to walk across 6th Avenue, 5th Avenue, Madison Avenue, and then I'll be at around Pershing Square area. Made it down to the Madison Concourse in Grand Central. What a complicated station it is. Anyway, this will take us to Jamaica. Stops at Woodside, Forest Green, or Forest Hills, or something like that. about it in New York City.
This is the train to Huntington. The next station is Jamaica. Huntington. The next station is Jamaica.
Right, now at Jamaica Station, just getting off the Long Island Railroad, now getting the air train to JFK. I need to get it to Terminal 8.
The next train arriving on track 1 is going to JFK Airport, stopping at Federal Circle for hotel shuttles and rental cars, and all airline terminals. Please take your hold.
Please stand clear. The doors are closing. Please hold on.
It's a nice sunny day in Long Island.
Federal Circle for hotel shuttles and rental cars, and all airline terminals. Our next stop will be Federal Circle.
So the quickest way to get from Manhattan to JFK is of course either from Grand Central or Penn Station, Long Island Railroad to Jamaica and then the air train. As we get the taxi, it's about $87. You take the subway E-line, but that takes like an hour and 10 minutes. distance over there. That's the one to Howard Beach that way.
We are arriving at Federal Circle for hotel, shuttles, and rental cars. This is a Jamaica train, stopping at all airline terminals. Stop. Look around and please take all your belongings. Jamaica train, stopping at all airline terminals.
I go from Terminal 8, this will stop at the other terminals for, in fact mine's the last one it actually stops at. So there's no Terminal 2 anymore. 1, 4. Virgin Atlantic. This is Terminal 1 of the biggest and busiest airport in North America. John F. Kennedy Airport, JFK for short. So if I was flying, I could actually get Air France from here, so if I was flying to Paris, I'd go from here to there.
This train on track 1.
So Delta Airlines over there. Well, in JFK Airport, Terminal 8, this is the whole hub of American Airlines and British Airways. Now my flight is going to be running on time tonight, I have checked. It goes from gate 16. That's an American Airlines plane down there, going from gate 14. So, here we go. This will be my first ever proper overnight flight. Now, looks like we'll be departing on time this time. See a lovely sunset going down over New York. Now, obviously, I'm glad to try and get some sleep, so I won't do much filming, but I will, because it'll be pitch dark when I go over the Atlantic. But I will do diary updates, and then obviously I'll see you when I'm at Heathrow in the morning. This is going to be one hell of a flight for me. So the route, I would think it would be the same as coming down. It would be up the eastern seaboard, past Connecticut and Boston, Massachusetts, over to Canada, past Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and then cruise over the Atlantic. I'll probably go to sleep when we're doing that, and then fly a bit over Northern Ireland, maybe towards the northwest of England, Blackpool, and then down through the Midlands, down to London Heathrow. We could also Could also even come in via the tip of Southern Ireland, perhaps. If we do get away on time, this would be brilliant for me, because normally coming home there's always a problem. But of course I've got to get through Heathrow and then back up to Newcastle, so it ain't over yet. So of course I do have on board entertainment, and I'll be getting a meal and that as well. Now this looks like it's the one with the where you actually use the buttons to touch, whereas the one I was on last week actually was all touchscreen and that.
First officer on board this evening, and I have the pleasure of flying across the North Atlantic tonight. Also joining me on the flight deck and in command of the aircraft's captain, Stephen Jeremy. We've got an excellent team in the cabin, led by flight manager Thomas Johnson, and Thomas and the team in the cabin will give you a short safety demonstration. I do ask that you give us your full attention, please, as you may not be familiar with it. 777. We are all ready to go here a few minutes ahead of schedule. We will shortly be pushing back. Taxi time this evening around about the 30-minute mark. We should be on runway for departure at JFK tonight. The queues are quite lengthy already. So around about 30 minutes taxi time. Once we do get airborne, it was just a smidge over 6 hours flying time to London, and the latest weather forecast cast tomorrow morning is a little bit of rain and drizzle and a light westerly breeze. I'll get back to you before the top of December with an updated time arrival, our latest weather forecast, but until then, thank you for choosing to fly with us. Hope you managed to get some rest through the evening.
So it could just be over 6 hours and probably ahead of schedule, so well, after all, flights going east out quicker because of the jet stream. So, but it'll take us a while to take off on the runway, because this is after all the busiest airport in North America. So, hey ho, here it goes. But at least we're pushing back on time. That's actually really good for once.
Cabin crew, place your doors to automatic and course check.
Where I say goodbye to the United States. Safety briefing features a lot of celebrities on it as well.
If you're sitting on one of our first or club rug seats with a shoulder strap, please ensure that this is also attached for takeoff and landing. It is adjusted like this and opened like this.
Pacific flight there that comes from China, Eastern China, Hong Kong. planes up there in the skies. Taking off, going to, again, maybe Heathrow or Gatwick. British Airways run a lot of them to Heathrow from here. It's one of the most popular routes for them in the world. Them in the snow. Oh, yes. A lot of planes waiting to take off. This is, after all, the popular time for Americans to travel to Europe. There's a runway. But we're not going on that one. See New York City in the distance. There's Manhattan. There's the Verrazano-Narrows Bridge. It connects Brooklyn to Staten Island. to America for me. JFK is a massive airport. Stunning view of New York City over there. Stunning that. Since that was flight, it's only 2 hours more than Crete. That's one thing. Pretty much now out into the Atlantic. Where we are now on the map. Yeah, we've left now North America. See what the progress is so far. There's where we are, that's where we're heading to the UK.
Any wines to go with dinner? Any wine to go with dinner? Ready wines. Myself.
It's 8:45 and we're doing 599 miles per hour, 39,000 feet in the air. It's now 6:21 in London. No, that's the time we arrive. It's the time in London now, 1:15. Oh my god, I'm gonna have bad jet lag. This must be one of the older fashioned planes. I know they've been updating them.
Any wine to go with dinner?
So we've got 5 hours 36 to go. That'll fly over. So I'm going to tuck it into a beer. It's actually my first one for a week. And another one for dinner. It's now 21:46. And I've just had a little snooze to start with. And now it's supper time. So I've got chicken and rice, starter, just like what I had on the way over here. Mousse, bun, biscuits, a bit of cheese, butter, knife and fork, a little bit of milk. So far we're 4 hours and 35 away from Heathrow. It's now where we are now. I think I've got the barbecue chicken actually. Right, so there we are. We're doing well. I think we've just come up past Nova Scotia, well, towards Newfoundland actually, where we are. Now we've got all the Atlantic to go. That's going really, really well. minutes away from London. Now going off UK time, it's now 5:05 in the morning. We're just steaming towards the west coast of Ireland. And I brought some breakfast now, bacon roll. And I've absolutely enjoyed the airline food. See, 585 miles per hour. That's our current time now. Literally just an hour and a little bit. But it does fly over. Now just starting to pass over the west coast of Ireland. In fact, it's down there. This tells us what we're looking at the right wing. So somewhere down there is Dingle Bay, Valentina Island. I've had a little bit of sleep, but I'm trying my best. But progress is ongoing. We're about 50 minutes away from Heathrow and passing over Republic of Ireland. City of Cork is down there. This is actually a Boeing 777 what I'm on. What I came on last week was a Boeing 787. This is one of the older models. It's got the touchpad, it's got the buttons on this one. Quarters of an hour ago, we're just coming off the southeast tip of Ireland, south of Waterford. We're going to head towards, I think, Wales, and then towards Bristol, and then towards London. Closer to our destination, the sun will start to come up.
25 degrees rain overhead the airfield at the moment, and it's a low level cloud temperature of 7 degrees Celsius. With the anticipated 5 to 10 minute delay, we're expecting to touch down around about 25 past 6 in the morning. That's 40 minutes from now. This should be a short 5 to 10 minute taxi on the start, and hopefully it's down about 22:07 in the morning to let the ahead schedule. If there's any change to that plan, I'll get back to you. Until then, hope you manage to get some rest for the night, and thank you for flying with our service. Hello everyone, as we are now approaching the Heathrow, seatbelt signs will be switched on in approximately 20 minutes time. To help us prepare for landing, could you please gather all your personal belongings ready to put away? If you wish to dispose of any waste, please hand this to a member of crew who will shortly assist you.
So we're just passing over Cardiff, the Welsh capital.
First class or in our Clubwell cabin.
It looks like it's a cloudy day in the
Take care of your
UK.
personal electronic devices when adjusting your seat, and if a device does get lost, please do not move the seat unless a member of the cabin are over. Short reports of the highlight entertainment to share with you a video. Here at British Airways, we are very proud to have a long charity partnership with Common Relief called Flying Stars. Together with customers and colleagues, we have raised over £28 million to help children.
It's starting to make descent now. It's now sort of dropping down. So we're just passing over Wales. Across the Bristol Channel. Away. Going round a circle above London because we're a bit early, so we're just hovering around for the moment. Above London now. You can see the Thames down. Football stadium down there. City of London down there. There's Canary Wharf. That's London Bridge station down there, at the Shard. Waterloo station. That's Hyde Park. Say Buckingham Palace down there. We're going to go down to the Borough of Hounslow. Overground line down there. We're just passing, this might be Fulham actually, Craven Cottage. But it's either Fulham or Chelsea. Day in the British capital. and I'm back in Blythe. Good morning, Britain. Dodds is back. So we go to Terminal 5. There'll be a long trek to the runway, to the terminal.
If your journey ends here at Heathrow, please follow the yellow signs for arrival. On arrival, through the journey through the UK border, be ready to change.
And over here, then it's
Please also make sure that you
that's why when I next ring in Europe. Spain is one
will be available to quiet. Anything on to another flight from Heathrow today, please check the information screen before you depart the gate number. If it is not yet displayed, please follow the purple signs for the flight connection.
Well, that's what I've got to do, because I'm down here for a few hours before I go up to Newcastle.
And they'll be more than happy to help. And for those of you who have ordered special assistance to leave the aircraft, the future staff may wait until the time around you is clear, and then the cabin crew will be able to assist you further.
It's like famous with dark, like gray skies. But it's not like sparkling. It's just.
So the rain's quite a bit heavy out there.
Yeah, they use power. But I checked my apartment for I think it's what I have.
every day. Always one week and just one I have.
Heathrow Terminal 5, gonna get the little transit round to the air gate, which is where domestic flights go from.
Please hold on. Transit is departing. Next stop, arrivals, baggage reclaim, and flight connections or terminals.
So I'm in Heathrow Terminal 5. One of them down there is my flight, BA1326. Takes us up to Newcastle, just about a 50-minute ride. And then straight in a taxi back to home.
Place your larger handbag securely in the overhead locker.
There we go. BA1326 Newcastle. Last flight of my holiday. And then straight into a taxi when I get up there. And it is lashing down here.
Or in emergency exit row, the floor area must
be... This British Airways operated Airbus A319 aircraft for our flight up to Newcastle. Just a few introductions. My name's David Northope, and I've got the pleasure of being your captain on board this morning. Joining me on the flight deck, my colleague, Senior First Officer Chris Wilson, and looking after you in the cabin, a lovely team this morning, led by Flight Manager Sam Potter, which is ably assisted by Ellie, Sebastian, and Victor. We're almost ready to go now. We've got about 5 minutes to go to our scheduled departure time. Just the last of your bags being loaded into the hold downstairs, and then we should be closed up and getting underway. Once we do get going, about a 15 to 20 minute taxi out to one of the westerly runways here at Heathrow, and then once airborne, a flight time of 45 minutes up to Newcastle. Weather-wise, we're a bit of a grey, wet theme to the day across most of the United Kingdom. Obviously a bit wet and grey here in London. We will climb above that. There might just be a few lumps and bumps just during the initial stages of our climb, but certainly nothing to be concerned about. Generally expecting smooth conditions en route towards Newcastle. And Newcastle at the moment looking slightly better than here. It's a bit clearer, but they're forecasting possibility of some rain showers as the afternoon wears on. Just a quick reminder on our seatbelt policy. If we do have to switch on the seatbelt sign at any point during the flight, if I could ask you please to promptly return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Just a reminder, we do recommend any time you are seated, need to keep them fastened anyway, just in case of any unexpected turbulence. That's it from me for now. As I said, we should be on our way within the next 5 minutes. If it's going to be any longer than that, I'll come back to you with an update. But in the meantime, I do trust you're settling in, and I'll leave you in the hands of Sam and the team. Thank you.
Make sure they go all the way underneath the seat.
So one year, if I'm going to London on my holiday, I could get the plane down rather than getting the train. It takes 15-20 minutes to take off on the runway because I've got to make the long taxi. And one of Heathrow's only two runways.
Demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft, and your attention is essential as these may differ from any aircraft that you have flown on before. Please study the safety card in your seat area, as this includes important safety information specific to this aircraft type, such as the brace position and location and operation of the doors. In the event of an emergency, low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and being pointed out to you now. Please take a moment to locate your nearest exit, bearing in mind this may be behind you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides. High-heeled shoes must be taken off as they may tear the slides.
Airbus planes. And then ones over there, you got they're the big guns.
Cabin crew seats for takeoff.
my name is Samantha Potter, the in-flight lead, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all on board today. A special welcome to those of you returning from our Executive Club and those of you joining from our One World Alliance partners. May I remind you to keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. It must remain securely fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is on. When opening overhead lockers, please take care as items may have moved and could fall out and cause injury. As a reminder, smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping, use for other smoking devices, is not permitted at any time whilst on board. This includes the toilets which are fitted with smoke detectors. In-seat power is available within your seat area and will be ready for use once the seatbelt signs are switched off. We're about to start our onboard service. If you have a food allergy or would like information on specific allergens on today's flight, please contact any member of the crew. For those of you seated in Club Europe, we offer you a choice of meal and a drink from the bar. In Euro Traveller, we offer you a complimentary bottle of water and a snack. This will then be followed by a high-line cafe service. We invite you now to make yourselves at home and enjoy our hospitality. If there is anything that my team or myself can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let us know.
south of Doncaster, making good progress northbound towards Newcastle. And currently it's expected to land just before 5 minutes past 11, so it's just under 25 minutes from now. And after we've landed, a fairly short taxi to Ostend. Weather-wise, well, that's expected really. Fairly cloudy start to the afternoon down there at the moment. It's dry at the moment though. Temperature of 7 degrees and lightly skies. Well, it's just still comfortable. If anything changes, we'll come back and let you know. Otherwise, landing about 25 minutes from now. Thank you.
So it's just south of Doncaster. Pretty much follow the A1 all the way up.
As we are now approaching Newcastle, the seatbelt signs will be switched on in 15 minutes time. To help us prepare for landing, please do now gather all your personal belongings ready to be put away. If you wish to dispose of any waste, please hand this to a member of a cabin crew who will be passing through the cabin shortly.
That's 10 minutes to landing. 10 minutes.
So we're coming in a different direction. Other end this time.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it is safe to do so, please take care when opening overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out, causing injury. You will now make and receive calls as well as use all data services on your handheld electronic devices. Please check that you have all your personal belongings with you before leaving the aircraft. If you require any assistance here, please speak to our colleagues who will be happy to help. For those customers who have ordered special assistance to leave the aircraft today, please remain seated until the aisle around you is clear and our crew will be on hand to assist you. On behalf of us all on board of British Airways, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and we look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you and a very good morning to you all.
May I feel I've been up all night. We've come in on the westerly direction instead of going up to Tynemouth, and it's raining. I'm going to get a taxi home and then I'm going to bed for a bit.
doors to manual and cross check, thanks.
So I'm home. It's actually now Wednesday the 13th of March. Yesterday I got home about 12 in the afternoon. I went back to bed. I went to bed for a good couple of hours, and then I spent the day unpacking and just sorting things out and that. Because I was really tired, jet lag kicking in and all that, and getting up today, I've had a good 12 hours sleep actually, and now fully rested and back to normal now. So it was the first for me of a lot of things of this holiday. Firstly, it was my first ever time flying on British Airways, and I have to say, really, really good planes they are. They use Airbuses on the short haul, like European flights. Really comfy seats as well, actually, and the staff, the cabin crew, do give a good service on them as well. They give you out snacks and stuff in that. So I flew, firstly I got the train from Cheshire Street to Newcastle and then the metro round to Newcastle Airport. So I flew from Newcastle down to Heathrow. It's just about a 50-minute journey. So that it was a nice ride, nice clear skies actually. When you do fly through Heathrow to another place with British Airways, if you've got the same booking number, if your two flights are the same booking number, then the good thing is that when you check your luggage case in, it's checked all the way to your final destination. So once I checked my case at Newcastle, I would not see it until I'd reached my final destination. It meant at Heathrow, it was my first ever visit to Heathrow Airport as well, and honestly, I actually really liked it. It's a massive airport, 4 terminals in operation, but if you just follow the signs for flight connections, the purple ones, it's really easy to navigate. So as soon as I got there, I went through flight connections and then just waited around until my trip to New York. So this will be my first ever, it was my first ever long haul flight, my first ever trip to the USA, my first trip to New York, and I absolutely had an amazing holiday, me. I went to my dream destination. I finally did it, and I went solo, and honestly I had an absolute wonderful time. As I said, my cases, as soon as I get to Heathrow, they were checked all the way to New York, so I would not see them till I got there, and that's good. It meant I can just go straight through connections at Heathrow. The service, what you get on the long haul flights, is outstanding. In fact, I think economy class will be just as good as the upper classes, premium economy, business and first. I don't think I would even go for business and first because they're way too much for my budget. So yeah, and the lovely staff give us, well, the window view I had to start with was a bit naff, but they let us change seats because there were actually a number of empty seats on the plane to New York, and the lovely staff, the lovely cabin crew, they let us do that. So I got a better window view, and honestly I really thanked them for it. I was telling them it was my first ever time on BA, my first ever long haul flight. I had a lovely chat with them, and even they give us a nice 2 seconds. Oh, there it is. They gave us a thank you card, and they even wrote lovely messages on there to say what it like. Basically they didn't say just what an absolute lovely guy I am. And yeah, so one of them said, really enjoyed bonding with you over flight radar, enjoy Newark NYC, hope you're the first long haul of Melly, hope to fly with you again soon. We'd like to say one of them just said, we'd like to say it's been a pleasure having you on board, hope you have a wonderful flight with us and look forward to welcoming you on board very soon from your World Traveller team, because that's what I was travelling with, like the World Traveller, and yeah, that's such a lovely memento, lovely letter, envelope, what they've kept for us, card, what they did for us. I love that indeed. got all ran on time. Got to went down across the tip of Northern Ireland, over the Atlantic, down the eastern seaboard. So I went to the northeast of Canada, down past went past Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, down past Boston, Massachusetts, and then into New York. So I was a bit nervous, but I got through. Plus, I got through immigration. They were absolutely fine at JFK Airport. And then to get to New York City, I had to take the AirTrain, which was about $8.25 for that ride, and then another $8 something from Jamaica to Newark Penn, Long Island Railroad. And as soon as I checked into my hotel, which my hotel was good, clean, just somewhere to put my head down for the night while I was there. My hotel was the resort fee just $120 for the week, and normally hotels there have a resort fee much higher than that and a huge security deposit, but thankfully my security deposit was only $1, so I was very, very lucky there. The moment I saw Times Square, oh my god, I was absolutely overwhelmed by just how massive it is. Now I'll try and go through each bit what I did there very quickly because there is a lot. So I went to Central Park. Sadly it was raining a bit, but still it was a very nice parking day to walk around in. Again, many films have been filmed there in Central Park. I've been up. I went to the top of the Empire State Building twice, daytime and nighttime. I've been to the top of the Rockefeller Center as well. And the views, what you get from both buildings, are just as outstanding as each other. But I think the Empire State Building was the highlight for me. I've been in the Friends Experience, the one in NYC. I've actually got a shirt up there, a Friends shop, and a Central Perk top as well. I've also did the ferry ride to the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island. My life was complete when I got up and close to the Statue of Liberty. That for a lot of people, that is a dream, just to go and see that. And I did go to the 9/11 Memorial as well, which did give us some goosebumps. Now to get around New York City, I went on the subway, and I had no trouble filming on it. To be honest, getting around the subway was like being on the tube. But in fact, here's one of my tops that I got. New York subway. But however, the subway is more complicated than the tube, because you could have a colour line, say a red line. The colours are really just for lines, and then on that colour you could have several different services, like 1, 2 or 3 train. They could be stopping at different stations. One of them could be an express service. In a lot of tunnels there were 4 lines, so you could have your subway station at the outside 2 tracks, I should say, and then in the middle 2 you could have the non-stopper services, so subway trains could actually race with each other as well. I used my money card to get around on it, and thankfully after using it so many trips it caps you at the weekly rate, just about $27, which again, that's really, really good. That if you just get a single, the flat rate is about $2.90. That's still cheaper than what it is on the London Underground, I think. Met up with David Harris as well, one of my friends. Nice guy indeed, so he showed us round a few bits, like transport-wise. I had also had a ride on the Metro North Railroad. Also went to the Bronx as well, where I saw the Yankee Stadium. Went to Brooklyn as well while I was over there that day. And I went to the Dumbo region and the Brooklyn Promenade, and lovely views of New York City over there as well. Oh yeah, thank you David for the company, by the way, it was much appreciated. I also had a ride on the PATH train, which I know is not very, very photography friendly. In fact, it's actually prohibited on that system, and it's strictly enforced. That's why I only got a few clips of it, but I just did the one ride just to tick it off and say I did it. I did that to Newark Penn station just before I left, actually, and they were alright. Them trains, they were clean, blue seats. A lot of trains over there in the States are all stainless steel, actually, made of aluminium, compared to like our trains, for example. And I did also the New Jersey Transit from Newark Penn back to New York Penn. I thought that was a nice ride, and as soon as you leave Newark, New Jersey, you get the views of Manhattan skyline in the distance. I can actually do them trains on Train Simulator and Train Sim World as well, but I can say one thing, I did the real ones. And also, as well as New York, I did actually have a ride to Washington DC, down the Northeast Corridor line, so I went to the American capital. 3 hours there, 3 hours back, so it was actually my first ride on the on Amtrak. I went on the Northeast Regional train. The trains are shaped like tubes, actually, but them trains were cheaper than going on the Acelia Express, because I know they were like $100 or $150 more. That was way too much, that. Comfy leather seats on the Amtrak Northeast Regional services. So it took us through Newark, New Jersey, then Trenton, Philadelphia, and then down to Wilmington, Delaware, then down to Baltimore, Maryland, before getting to Washington DC. So yeah, nice ride. I can actually, again, I've done that route on Train Simulator beforehand as well, so that's even better. So Washington DC, I thought, was a much more laid back, more historic city than NYC. But lots of historic buildings, notably the White House and the US Capitol, what I went to see, and also went down the National Mall as well, where I saw the monument of George Washington and also Abraham Lincoln monument as well. Saw the Potomac River, which is what separates Washington DC and Arlington, Virginia. Got round in the Washington Metro as well. It was just that National Mall there. It's just a nice place to just chill out and that. And then the ride coming back, it was a full train from Washington all the way up to New York. Of course, I ate lots of American food over there. I love American stuff. It tastes so much nicer than what ours does. I had stuff that you can't actually get over here. I had Chick-fil-A, Katz's Deli. A pastrami sandwich was absolute delicious. I had a large McDonald's, and they do come in large amounts. The drinks, like massive sizes. I ate New York pizza. That was delicious. Plenty of American snacks as well. I've even brought a whole cabin case load of them home with us, because you do pay a lot of them, like if I go to the Metro Centre and that, you do pay a lot for them in the American shops. So I've ate, I did go into a diner called Ellen Stardust Diner, which, if I'm honest, is an absolute tourist trap. It was meant to be 50s diner and a Broadway show mixed in one, and a massive size burger and chips, or fries I should say, but that's what I like. I love big portions. But I think that restaurant is a bit of a tourist trap, so I don't think I'd be going back there again. So, seeing the sights of New York City, I absolutely enjoyed it. Would I go back again? Yes, I would. But there are other places in the United States of America that I want to go to. Los Angeles, Miami, for example, are two on my bucket list. And hopefully I will get to them in years to come. Right, so New York holiday, that was that. And then the flight home, and for once, it ran on time. Nice flight on British Airways from New York JFK to London Heathrow. The task for me was to get some sleep on the plane because of the jet lag. So I did get some little bit of sleep, albeit like light sleep and that. But the cabin crew still gave a lovely service out. Like, so you get a free meal, free breakfast as well, tea, coffee, drinks as well. Like, you could just press the button and then request whatever you want, like whatever you wanted. And then arrived back into Heathrow at 6:20 UK time in the morning. And on approach, we flew over central London, so I got some stunning views of Canary Wharf, City of London, and a lot of other London landmarks that I recognised. I don't know if I'll be down there this year, but I think the next time I go to London, like for say a few nights or even a holiday, I might actually fly down instead, because I think because might be a little bit cheaper and only 50 minutes. And then the flight from Heathrow back up to Newcastle was that ran on time as well, and it was a very cloudy day. I know that's a lot I know I've said a lot here, but I had a lot to review. But one thing I can say, New York City, the Big Apple, what a fab location. Staying in Manhattan, and you will absolutely have a whale of a time. And that's what I did. It was my biggest achievement to go to the States by myself at 32 years old. By myself, I went solo, and I did it. So, that's that done. I do have another holiday booked for this year, September, and it will be my first ever. It's my summer holiday for this year, but I go with my mum. And this year I go to Gran Canaria, the Spanish island of Gran Canaria in the Canaries. There'll be no trains involved. It'll be just like when I went to Crete in 2022. It'll be all about this will be all about the sun, sea, Spanish hospitality. 5th of September is when I go. And I fly with TUI this year. I think I'm going to enjoy flying more now. At least I can get to different places compared to like the UK. Hopefully I can still get 1 or 2 outings between now and September, but my the next task is to focus on the Gran Canaria holiday. So thank you very much for watching this and all the other parts. I hope you've really enjoyed your virtual trip to New York, courtesy of me. And I hope to see you again in another video diary. I should say good afternoon and good night.